What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Faraday has been one of those stocks that has been on a very nice upward trend, and it's not been anything absolute crazy. It's been nice natural growth on a technical stance at least. But after hours, it seems to have been going down on Friday. I want to give you a good breakdown on why and if it's something to worry about. So I'll go over some of the latest updates, data points, and technicals, everything that you need to know. Make sure you guys first hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Let's get right to it. So based on Friday, it did go up 12.48%. Had a lot of good momentum, almost broke above 50 cents. But as you can see, after hours, it went down 38%, largely because of this. So there was two things that was submitted, one of which was the preliminary 14A, so for their upcoming shareholder meeting, and proposal number one is about the whole reverse stock split to be NASDAQ compliant. So it does say that they're going to be doing this at a ratio of 1:2 or 1:90. So kind of extreme in that regard, but still to ever get delisted from the NASDAQ is kind of death, unfortunately. But still, keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. You guys always do your own due diligence. So in reality, I think this one caught a lot of people off guard. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't actually show the date of it. It just has the dot. So let me know you guys' thoughts on that. But over and above that, though, there was this. So there was an S-3 form that was submitted. And an S-3 is good for basically 3 years. But there's no real other way how to spin it. It's just dilution. And this is in the sum of 300 million. So like I've said in the past, they are making a lot of good improvements operationally, especially moving towards deliveries and things like that. But they are going to need money. So even as far as it going up throughout this stage, I did say that they will be needing money, most likely by Q3, because I think they have a sufficient amount of cash up until the end of Q3. So this was bound to happen. So I don't know why this is catching a lot of people off guard. But still, it is what it is, because right now the market cap is 575.66 million. So adding 300 million in dilution, it's bound to cause a little bit more of a downtrend. But beside the point though, because of maybe it going down on Monday, I don't think that is that bad of a deal. It still is on a very good trend up. And I think that's more of an important takeaway than anything. So in reality, I think that's a pretty good thing. As far as shorts, I'll give you guys a quick overview of what shorts are doing and what to expect for obviously going into next week. Short score is currently 80, utilization at 100%, but it's been at 100 for a while. But 20.87% of the free float is being shorted. That works out to be 243.3 million shares overall being shorted. And short surprisingly did return 1.33 million shares because, of course, like I said, on Friday there was a ton of good momentum behind the scenes. So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on that. Do you think shorts are going to re-enter as much as they once were? Because as you can see right here, shorts have been actually getting out a little bit in comparison to what it was. But again, because of this whole S3, they might be jumping over that fear, because I think Faraday does have a lot of newer investors, unfortunately, that might not necessarily know a lot of what S3 means, for instance, and what that 300 million is going to be entailed, because a lot of people are out there just saying dilution, blah, 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 and reverse stock split is bad, which in general, yeah, reverse stock split does show a company's inability to obviously stay above $1, for instance, but bigger picture, they were having a little bit more of a short-term issue, and they are starting to rectify that. And this is why, based on the stock price as well, it started to make a lot of good improvement. The fact that it did go down to almost 15 cents or just below that, and it's at almost 50 cents on Friday, that's absolutely crazy. But once again, these videos are strictly for entertainment purposes only. As far as some expectations going into next week, you see a huge, immense amount of call options. So people still behind the scenes are anticipating Faraday to continue to go up. So based on Friday, there was $551,000 in call premiums that was purchased versus 1,500 in puts. So like I said, a lot of people are anticipating it to go up, and based on these amounts on the options, that is not retail. That is big institutions buying into Faraday. So of course, that's a pretty positive thing. As far as big transactions, these are all the transactions that did occur on, for instance, the 16th, so on Friday, and this is for the secondary market. So I'll just quickly show you some of these. So there was a fairly large one, $10.4 million, and that was done after hours. And based on the bid and the ask, this was actually over ask. So generally speaking, that is huge. A lot of these transactions are massive buys. So if you are one of those retail investors that likes to follow what big money is doing, they are very much buying. So in reality, even though this S3 did come out, and based on that, it's fair to assume Monday is going to be a red day, it might get bought up very fast because this company has actually been showing that they are moving in the right direction, like I've already said. And not only that, they're being a little bit more cautious with their money. So they're being a little bit more efficient. So in general, this S3 isn't something to worry about. But of course, like I said, that's just my own opinion. And as well, though, if you want to watch it, big money is definitely getting in. So as far as some expectations and to really watch for going into next week, starting on Monday, the pivot is around 22.5 cents. So after hours, it did go down to around 28 cents, give or take. So in reality, it might actually be continuing and stay above this R1, so around 27 cents. So it might trade between this R1 and this R2, or potentially even just, like I said, get bought up very fast and trend up higher. But like I mentioned, this S3 that did come out isn't that big of a deal in my opinion. So in reality, I think the fact that stochastic is currently at 75, which can be interpreted as a little bit more overbought. So the fact that it is a little bit overbought, and that S3, I think in reality that might cause it to go down a little bit too much as more of an overreaction, which, like I said, for now the third time, it might get bought up very fast. But number of retail investors have been absolutely loving Faraday's momentum, as you can tell based on the momentum indicator. So in reality, I think Faraday is moving in the right direction, no matter what way you spin it. And in reality, this upcoming shareholder meeting, which I will live stream whenever obviously I figure out the date, I guess I could take a look at this actual website as well. But still, on this actual document, the prelim 14A doesn't actually state it. But no matter what though, let me know you guys' thoughts on Faraday. Are you happy with, for instance, the S3 that did come out? Are you kind of caught off guard as well about this whole reverse stock split? What is your take on Faraday? If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And actually, more importantly, give yourself a shout out if you have been buying over the last little bit. Do you believe in Faraday? Because based on the technicals, it's actually been doing a very good job. It is higher percentile. The Bollinger Band did get above the 50-day moving average. And as I said, this 50-day moving average for Faraday is a pretty big deal, especially in the past. Whenever it does get over that 50-day moving average, it does go on a very big run. So no different than this time, but this is just the tip of the iceberg in my opinion. So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on all of that in the comments below. Even though Faraday is going up, down, sideways, take advantage of amazing promos, and one of which is with Moomoo. Link in the description below and also the comments. Sign up for a free account, you get one free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. But better yet, if you throw $100 at the account, you get 5 free stocks, which once again, each valued up to $2,000, but you get also a $100 cash reward, which in reality, this is the pure definition of a free deal. Literally no strings whatsoever. You deposit $100, you get $100 and 5 free stocks. It is just a complete no-brainer. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Take advantage of this promo. It's only up until June the 30th. Link in the description below and also the comments. Without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Faraday.